Hello everyone, if you're new to the channel, welcome to the Alienated Dad's Network. My name is Jason and today I'm going to talk to you about parental alienation and the impact that it has not just on us dads but the children and the wider family unit. Firstly, this saddens me to say that as of the 19th of May 2024, there is no application, there is no definition, there is nothing in the law that says, and there's a defined role of what parental alienation really is. And that's a concern because it's such a growing and ongoing problem. It's got a lack of a uniform definition as well, because there is no single universally accepted definition of parental alienation, making it difficult to collect consistent data. So whenever you've got data, there's underreporting because people don't always report these things. Many cases of parental alienation go unreported or unrecognized, making it difficult to gauge true prevalence of the situation. There's that as well because it's quite a new thing. It's limited research. So while research on parental alienation grows, it's still relatively understudied. The prevalence. So estimates vary widely. So studies suggest from 1% to 15% of separating families experience some level of parental alienation. The higher prevalence in conflict causes. So parental alienation is more common in cases involving high levels of conflict and litigation. Impact on the children and the families is huge because there's delays in family court proceedings. But this has a significant impact effect on the children and the families because with children involved in private law proceedings, waiting on average, I think at the moment it's 47 weeks for a final decision I think that's been underestimated. So it's 47 weeks, that's old stat, I think, so it's some new ones. It's 47 weeks for final decision on their living arrangements, far exceeding the government's target of 26 weeks. So you've got public law cases. The duration of the public law cases are for care and supervision orders, and as judiciary also increased with the average length of care case reporting at 44.4 weeks. And I still thinking that's underreported. That's in 2021. So that's only 23% of cases concluded within the 26-week target. And that's the target they have. The target 26 weeks now, on average, they're taking 2 years, 2.5 years, 3 years, 3.5 years in some cases, 4 years in some cases. There's an increase that increases the risk to mental health. So research suggests that children experiencing parental alienation are at significantly higher risk of developing mental health issues like depression, anxiety, attachment disorders, and substance abuse. They have lower self-esteem and self-worth. Alienated children often struggle with low self-esteem and feelings of worthlessness. They will have trouble at school, academic difficulties, and the children may experience, I said may because my daughter was very blessed. Courage actually wasn't doing good. I have to encourage them to experience difficulties in school, including low grades and behavioural problems. That has happened with my daughter. Impact on alienated parents. Impact on parents is huge. So the severe emotional distress. Alienated parents experience intense emotional pain, grief, the helplessness, the anger, the high rates of depression and anxiety. Alienated parents are at a significantly higher risk for developing mental health issues like depression, anxiety, and PTSD. So financial strain as well as massive. So you've got legal battles, therapy costs, and the potential loss of income due to emotional distress created from significant financial strain. It's huge, and it's generally while gender, it's while both mothers and fathers can be targeted. I think it's the best way of saying it. Some studies suggest that mothers are more likely to be the primary alienating parent, which means that fathers are the ones being alienated. However, it's important to note that alienation can occur regardless of gender. Court involvement. Parental alienation often plays a role in prolonged and conscientious custody disputes. Remember, these statistics is to provide a general overview on the impact of parental alienation, and it is complex and it varies significantly from case to case. Now, that's always put out there because stats can be So the pain of parental alienation is undeniable. Our children don't inherently reject loving parents. Divorce and separation can create a breeding ground for alienation. Every alienated parent I've spoken to has battled with suicidal thoughts, highlighting the devastating emotional toll. This trauma extends to the children as well. And shockingly, 42% of children entangled in family court proceedings are under 5 years old, enduring a system that takes, on average, 3.5 years, 3 years to resolve a case. The long-term consequences are evident in that the statistic that 70% of young offenders come from single-parent families, often a result of parental alienation. This issue runs deeper than just separation. Parental alienation is a form of emotional abuse that intentionally manipulates a child's perception of a loving parent. It's a hidden epidemic with profound consequences. Leaving targeted parents legally and socially ostracized from their children's lives. We are denied the fundamental right to actively parent, nurture relationships with our grandchildren, children, and contribute to our children's well-being and safety decisions. This deprivation occurs despite the absence of safeguarding issues, pre-existing loving bonds, and cherished family histories that have been systematically undermined and devalued. Many of us don't even know where our children are. I see people reacting and reaching for their phones, and I understand that we've watched our children become distant and cold. We saw the joy and the light in their eyes fade, replaced by the hostility and contempt. They treat us with disdain, with no empathy. They accuse us of things we didn't do, without affection, and they show no regard for our position as parents or as people. The parent-child dynamic has been flipped, and they seem to just feel justified in doing so. At first, we thought our children were playing against the other parent, playing one against each other. But it was so much more insidious than that. Every attempt we made to parent out was sabotaged or hijacked. Our photos vanished from the walls, leaving empty spaces that echoed the emptiness in our hearts. The birthday fruit tree we planted, a symbol of growth and life, was cut down. Its branches left scattered on the ground like broken promises. Even a little dog, a constant source of comfort, mysteriously fell ill. His witness of affection of our own pain soon passed. They turned our own children against us, poisoning their minds with lies. We were isolated and cut off, and every attempt to reach out was twisted and used against us. Suddenly, our children repeated accusations, claiming we'd said or done things that we never had. Lies are designed to paint us as monsters. The constant accusations and the legal battles cost us everything. Careers were destroyed, finances drained, reputations tarnished. Some of us even lost our homes, forced into a life of destitution and despair. How do you fight an enemy that uses your own children as soldiers? How do you rebuild a bond that's been shattered by lies and manipulation? We strive to be good parents and provide our loving and balanced upbringing for our children, yet when that relationship is falter, our efforts often misconstrued and labeled as aggressive or unsafe. When we find ourselves facing judgment and suspicion from very organizations meant to support families, the betrayal is immense. We turn to family doctors, schools, institutions that have known us and our children for years, only to find ourselves shut out. We're no longer in the loop. When there's nothing addressed to us, then questions asked. Even our own family members negate our parenting roles, casting doubt and suspicion on us as people, as parents. One false safeguarding allegation and we removed my children's lives. We follow the guidance and attend the courses and the programs, desperately trying to prove our love and commitment. But even then, when we do that, we're labelled as manipulative for our efforts. Our children are taught by therapists that are the problem, reinforcing false memories and beliefs. We were painted as villains in the eyes of the public, fueling the assumption that we must have done something wrong. But it takes two to tango. Conflict doesn't exist in a vacuum. Children aren't stupid. They see and they hear things, and they form their opinions. They'll grow up, they say. They'll figure things out, they said. Well, things out themselves, they said. The truth has a way of surfacing, no matter how deeply it's buried, they said. We were told to pay affordable sums of money for our children. Top maintenance, even as we find ourselves circus surfing, hunkering down in cars, or seeking shelter on street corners, or empty warehouses. We were told these children, the ones we raised and nurtured, are no longer ours. We're stripped of our identities as parents. And even as the child maintenance service pursued us for financial contributions, often before divorce proceedings have even begun, the grief is relentless, prolonged, unresolved, and often unbearable. Many of us develop complex PTSD, a wound that reopens with every missed birthday, every unanswered call, every stolen moment. It's a slow, agonizing death. As one person put it, it's like watching your child die over and over again. Your years on end, they're trapped in nightmare. Cutting through treacle, unable to exhale. There's no stability, no foundation, no trust. Nothing to fix the gaping hole in our lives. The complexity of the situation overwhelmed us, leaving us lost, gasping for answers that seem eventually out of reach. Just when we think we found a moment of peace or glimmer of hope, is hope again. Our children are ripped away from us, leaving behind a void that echoes with their absence. And we find ourselves utterly alone, surrounded by people we don't understand, who can't grasp the depth of our pain. We've never asked for normalcy, pretending to be everything, while inside in the public. We've got all walks of life, wealthy, struggling, creative, athletic, spiritual, secular, young and old, straight and gay. Some of us have survived abusive relationships, others have come from relationships from loving families. Some of us are even alienated adults, bearing the scars of the childhood brought from our parents' love. And now, out on the base same fate, their family trees pruned, their lives severed. This isn't about our perceived flaws or past mistakes. This is about a systemic failure, a societal blind spot, ecology within families and social support systems, and an ineffective court and legal system, a lack of knowledge and awareness where it's so desperately needed. Safeguarding procedures are inadequate. Public perception is skewed, fueled by the misconception that parental alienation is a rare or worse, a fabrication. We are accused of inventing our pain and exaggerating our losses. Our so-called mistakes are magnified and used to justify an unimaginable punishment that we endure. However, as the Stoics teach us, we cannot control external events. We only control our reactions. We must find strength from our virtue and our commitment to truth and justice. We must accept what we cannot change and focus our energy on what we can. Advocating for ourselves, raising awareness, fighting for the day when this insidious form of abuse is no longer available and to tear families apart. And it's seen as a problem of offense. Even as it twists in our gut, we cling to the hope of a bittersweet ache that reminds us of what we've lost. But pain is relentless, a heavy weight that threatens to crush us. Presently, many succumb to a suffocating grip. Their hope extinguished to their spirit and their spirits polluted. The thought whispers in our minds, a dark temptation, a final surrender. For some, it's already too late. Their stories have ended before they can find their way back to the light. But for those of us who remain, we are forever changed. Pain has etched itself into our souls, a permanent reminder that love that was stolen, the bonds that were severed. This is the brutal reality of parental alienation. It's a deep wound. I mean, the scars that may never fully heal. All of us change somewhere along the way. This agonizing path, this painful road that we're on, that never ends. Something within us breaks. Something precious is lost. Yet, as I've learned, as the big taught, there is opportunity for growth even in the face of adversity. We may not know what we gain, but it manifests differently in each of us. We cannot predict what this new version of ourselves will look like. But we can trust But the process of enduring this confronting pain will forge something resilient within us. We are here together, sharing our stories and witnessing profound injustice inflicted upon us. We are parents and grandparents, aunts, nephews, nieces, robbed of our rightful place in our children's lives. Those responsible for this alienation have no right to wield such power, to inflict such pain. Their actions are illegal and abusive, and yet they continue to operate with impunity. But we are not ours. We are here seeking a lifeline, a path forward. We are here to learn and understand our emotional and legal options. When we seek ways to reclaim our rightful place in our children's lives and prevent this from happening to others. We seek guidance on how to cope and navigate this awful terrain with fight for justice and purpose. And together with this shared purpose, this collective pursuit of healing and change bind us together. We are not alone. In this unity, we find strength, resilience, and the unwavering determination to reclaim what has been unjustly taken from us.